Good afternoon, councillors and staff, and welcome to the Infrastructure Community Committee meeting. Just a reminder, all please be advised that this committee of council is being recorded and live streamed. By speaking at this meeting, you agree to being recorded and live streamed. To ensure that if and when you speak, you are respectful to others and use appropriate language at all times. Cabonne Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this meeting. The recording of this meeting will be made publicly available on Council's website. For item 1, applications for leave of absence. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor O'Ryan, seconded by Councillor Pearson. I have applications from Mayor Beattie and Councillor Weaver. And then obviously the other two councillors are on the other committee. So all those in favour? Against? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 2 is declarations of interest. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor O'Ryan. Are there any declarations of interest? None to declare. Thank you. All those in favour? Aye. Against? That is carried. Thank you. Declarations of political donations. A mover, Councillor O'Ryan, seconded by Councillor Pearson. Are there any donations to declare? None to declare. Thank you. All those in favour? Against? That is carried. Item number 4 is the Water Utilities Activities Report. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor O'Ryan. Like the other committee meeting, we'll just go through these individually and then opportunity for questions, comments, and then move it at the end. So the sub-regional town water strategy, we'll take the report as read. Is there any further information?
Through you, Mr. Chair, just noting that in particular the group of councils being Cabonne, Orange and Central Tablelands Water have been successful in their application under the National Water Grid funding to continue the work and go into stage 2, which is the detailed engineering assessment on the options raised in the stage 1 report, and develop a robust business case for putting forward for further funding into the future.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Councillor Rawson.
Just a quick comment. Where it says there the co-contribution for the water authorities of 50%, and it's a figure of $518,000. That's 518 shared across 3. Not just 518 coming from us here. It's just shared across the 3. Just a clarification. Unfortunately, I mean, we went. A group of us went down to meet the minister and to get New South Wales government support for that, and we weren't successful, which is really quite unhappy. Yeah.
Thank you. I note that just in relation to water and town water supplies, that our local MP, Member for Orangeville Donato, has recently moved a notice of motion in the House, in the lower house, asking for government to support critical town water supply. So hopefully there's some traction on that in future budgets, because it is much needed. Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, through the chair.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I saw on TV where all the infrastructure at Coonamble is in terrible array. So that's where we're all heading. So we definitely need to have as many projects going as we can. Thank you.
Thank you. The Molong Water Security Project. Take the report as read. Anything further, Mr. Deputy General Manager?
Through the chair, similar to the sub-regional town water strategy, Cabonne Council has been successful in its application under the National Water Grid program, applying for $2.7 million for the replacement of the Molong Creek Dam to Molong Raw Water Pipeline. Council will note from previous discussions that that piece of infrastructure is repeatedly failing, and causes quite a lot of work to find leaks and repair them. This project, through this funding partnership, will advance our asset management responsibilities. It has been put into our long-term financial plan to receive this funding, and the co-contribution has also been factored into our long-term financial plan as well.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from council?
I'd just like to congratulate you for getting that funding. Well done.
I'd like to congratulate you as well.
Deputy General Manager, just in terms of, obviously it's a big project, but and our water fund is not flush with money. Just in terms of contingency there.
Through you, Mr. Chair, sorry, contingency regards to financial contingency.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Within the $5.4 million figure, a substantial contingency has been factored into that. Given that at the time of applying for the funding, we didn't have completed design yet, but it's around the 20% contingency.
Thank you. No, the strategic development regulatory assurance framework. Any further to that?
Through you, Mr. Chair, I need to note that following the funding deed being completed in December, work is well underway, with staff being committed to quite a few workshops with the consultants. Reiterating, there's 18 discrete strategies coming out of this work, so there's quite a lot of work from quite a few consultants to work through. But early indications are that the project is very much on track, and we are getting some good results.
Thank you. Questions or comments, councillors? How long water fluoridation?
With your permission, Mr. Chair, I'll talk about the fluoridation and the Cumnock and Yeovil potable water in the same update. They are interlinked. Work is coming to an end with regards to the work we had to do on both of those items. Dual check valves, which are your non-return valves on meters, will be getting installed over the next several months, and a media campaign will start in the coming month, notifying residents in Molong and Cumnock and Yeovil of the fluoridation being switched on, as well as the transition to potable water supply for Cumnock and Yeovil.
Thank you. Questions? Councillor Nash.
I've just got a comment. Thank God for that.
Further? Oh, thank you. I'll move that report. I'll put that report. All those in favour? Right. Councillor O'Brien and Rawson, you're okay with that? In favour? Yep. Yep. Sorry, just triple checking. All those against, that's carried. Thank you. Well, yeah, you can, sorry. Item 5 is the 2025 drinking water monitoring. Can I have a mover? Councillor O'Brien, seconded by Councillor Pearson. Thank you. Take the report as read. Is there anything further to add?
Through you, Mr. Chair, information report on our performance for the previous year. There is one anomalous reading in the chemical characteristics of lead. That was a singular reading. There was no preceding or post indication of lead issues in the water, so it's been taken by Council and by New South Wales Health as an anomalous reading in that regard.
Councillor,
What would be the sources of the lead? You know, where's it coming from? Did you know any potential? I mean, if there's no potential source, it would be definitely an anomalous reading. Is a good word.
Previously, that's correct. We don't have any correlation to what it would be either, so we don't have anything further to investigate.
Thank you. What it does show is that I know there's been some concerns or comments by the community, particularly here in Molong over the summer period around our water discoloration. But what it does show is that our water is safe and potable, but safe and drinkable. So just to reassure the community of that for any councillors who are receiving that feedback. Thank you. Sorry, I've lost. Oh, sorry, Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was just, I note there's some good, these are really good results, but which is fantastic. The Mullion Creek, the Little Mullion Creek water supply, they did lose power at one stage, some time ago now, presumably during one of the blackouts. I was wondering, is there an opportunity to put a backup power supply on that system? Is there a backup power supply on presumably on the main Molong?
Through Mr. Chair, we do have the reservoir that would typically hold 24 to 48 hours of supply, and Mullion Creek, depending on the demand. However, there is no power backup to the site. At the moment, as part of the strategic work that council is undertaking, there is reviews of our treatment plants being undertaken to be able to have a look at opportunities to improve. We've focused mostly on water quality and reliability of the infrastructure is tied into that as well.
Thank you. Nothing further. I'll put that. All those in favour? Right. Against, that's carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 6 is the Canowindra Library and Community Home Support Refurbishment End of Project Report. Can I have a move, please? Moved by Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor O'Brien. Take the report as read. Anything further from staff?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the only thing I will add is that the CHS is open today in Canowindra, which is exciting, and the library's still moving in. They should be in by the end of the week.
Thank you, and congratulations, and thank you to the staff who've been involved in project managing that important piece of infrastructure for Cabonne. Is there any questions or comments from councillors? Councillor O'Brien.
Firstly, with all the rain we had the other day, I thought, thank heavens that you've still got that area at the back to get the books in. The other thing was, I have been asked by a member of the community about the gallery, the wall space for art, and whether we have a policy on it. And she's quite keen to display her art. And I wasn't sure whether that was something that would be council driven, employees, or how what we're going to do with that space, because there's quite a significant wall area, and it does look pretty plain in that photo.
Ex-councillor, you would recall that we did put to council a policy about artworks just recently, so that would come into play, but equally we can certainly look at, I believe there was some discussion back when, because the art people used to be next door, and there might be some hanging of art. So whether we do that through the work with Stacey's team with the library to have them somewhat involved as well, so we can work on that. So, but yeah, there's definitely space there to hang some form of art. It's just whether it's going to be councils. I suppose we've got some art that we are able to use, but equally, if it could be local artists wanting to display their works in some way or form, that might work better working through the library. I don't know, but we'll work through that.
Well, because traditionally, the I mean, the windows were beautiful, have always been beautiful, but there's always been like displays for balloon work, the school kids that all have fill the windows. And I mean, it's so beautiful having those windows. I don't know, you really want blue tack all over them or posters or whatever. So, but that I would imagine would be the librarians would be choosing how they would display that sort of thing. Or if it's book week or, you know, I don't know, NAIDOC week.
Through you, Mr. Chair, I did have a conversation both with our project manager. I think we have to look at that and with through Stacey's crew, there has to be a bit more rigor, I think, around displays, because as you point out, it is so beautiful and we want the light getting in. And if it ends up being constantly used for displays, it could be problematic. And there is a sort of a line there now, which is like a demarcation that could be, we don't want that interfered with, but could be on a case by case basis too, depending on what the nature of what wants to go out there. But we just do need to talk to the library a bit more about how we're going to ensure that it doesn't end up being cluttered and like you say, blue tack, because it would detract from the natural light and also just the heritage value of those glass windows.
Yes, through the chair, I'd just like to congratulate you as well, like the team. It's wonderful, you know, it really needed doing. And I just hope we go over and have a visit one day. We're having an opening or whatever we're doing.
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, there will be an opening and I will pass that on to the team.
Councillor Olsen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I got a sneak peek just prior to Christmas because CTW had a board meeting in Canowindra, and so we just snuck across the road and had a quick look, and it was fantastic. And the best thing about it is I can remember when the first design drawings were done and presented to council, and then here you see those exact designs in place, you know, exactly as they were, well, effectively as they were, and it's just a wonderful fruition. You know, everything's coming to fruition. So look, congratulations to everybody who's done work on this fantastic job. I think it's going to be just a wonderful resource for the Canowindra community. I just got a quick question though. The meeting room, is it going to have full audio visual capability?
Yeah, it will be able to be rented out by the public.
And CTW board.
Through the chair, I've just got one comment to make, and there just seems to be so much really good things that have happened in the last few years. And, you know, I congratulate our GM and all the staff and you've made a lot of stuff come to fruition that we really wanted and needed. So thank you.
Thank you. There's nothing further. I will put that. All those in favour? Yes, that is carried unanimously. Item 7 is community infrastructure project status updates. Can I have a move, please? Moved by Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor O'Brien. We'll go through these individually. So the relocation of the Molong hockey field, board is read, but any further updates?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the only thing I was going to say was the project's still on track to be finished. The field will be finished on time. We're still waiting for the variation we put in for the revised dugout and amenities design. So that may take a little bit longer than April, I imagine.
Questions or comments, councillors?
Through the chair, yeah, fantastic. There'll be a lot of happy hockey players, I'd say.
They keep moving, councillor. They keep moving.
Sorry, Mandy. When you say revisiting the amenities or the design of the amenities, what do you mean by that? Sorry.
So the revised drawing, Mr. Chair, was we just originally had smaller dugouts, but we think we can make the dugouts bigger and include some amenities on the back of the dugouts so that the show, the golf, everybody else will be able to use those amenities, and then an undercover space because they lost. I mean, they haven't got a golf club out there anymore, so they don't have that space they use for the show days. So it'll make the dugouts and amenities sort of more multi-purpose
And that's fully funded under the community assets program.
if the variations.
If,
approved.
yeah, thank you. Councillor Ryan.
Dugout, are we talking like baseball? They have dugouts. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. The restoration of the Yarra Sports Ground lighting, taken as read. If there's any further comments, no, any questions or comments from councillors? On track, thank you. The restoration of Memorial Park in Yarra, taken as read. Anything further, Mandy?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the only thing I'll add is they're having a tender meeting over there today with the tenderers, so it's progressing on track.
Questions, comments?
Just a comment. That's a very attractive looking toilet block there. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So, I mean, it's a great location, but that timber detailing at the top's really, I'm sure it wasn't expensive, but it certainly adds an element to it.
It'll be similar to the one at Montana Park in Renewaldra. Yeah.
That was the popular choice picked by the community as part of that community consultation process we undertook mid last year. No other further questions or comments on the park? No. The relocation of the Manildra multi-purpose courts. We'll take the report as read. Is there anything further from the leader? No. Questions or comments from councillors? Okay, thank you. Restoration of the Yarra the Yarra Historical Museum and Bushranger Centre. Taken as read. Any
Yes.
further comments?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, that's basically finished that project. We're just waiting for the DA approval and the funding body again to approve the shed at the back.
Any questions or comments from councillors? I know the chair is over the moon with the work that's been done there, so, and the committee, and I know councillor Weaver has been working closely with them and has been on a bit of a tour over there in December. So yeah, thank you for that one. It's good to have that basically handed back to them to fit out. The activation of the Hunter Corwell Sports Precinct. Take the report as read. Anything further?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The only thing I'll add is that we've just put off the laying of the turf over there. The turf's ready to go. We're just, being February, we're a bit concerned that we might get another run of hot weather, so we'll wait until the end of February to lay the turf.
Thank you. Comments or questions from councillors?
Just how busy they've been.
It's good that that's all irrigated over there now and the irrigation's working, which is great. Thank you. Item 7 is the activation of Yarra CBD. We'll take the report as read. Is there anything further from the leader? No. Questions?
Just a comment. I had a Yarra resident, and I know they've written to council talking about the trees that may or may not have to be pulled out in Yarra. Just so I note that they're not happy about the trees being pulled out in the middle of the road. Just to let you know.
Okay.
So
We are familiar with tree anxieties in this council. Been through this a few times.
councillors, just a reminder that those trees have been assessed by two arbiters, and have been deemed unsafe. Obviously, the way that garden bed up the middle of the street there has been constructed meant that they're very shallow rooted. So it is purely a safety concern. Obviously, as a council, we wouldn't pull out trees for the sake of it. Basically, kind of. Well, there has been some safety concerns for a while there with the car hitting the trees and that.
Yeah, they have, like, moved the asphalt, I believe, underneath those beds, but because it was still road based, the roots have only gone down so far, like they have pushed through, but not as much. They've stayed in that top garden bed.
What trees are, what are they?
The ash trees,
Ash, that's right.
no, and they haven't grown particularly well either. Some of them are bigger and okay, but the ones on the ends haven't grown particularly well, considering how long they've been in.
Before we, the general manager might kick me on the table here, but before we do start that project, will there be further communication to the community?
Yes, there will be lots of communication
Thank you.
before we start.
Thank you. I just know that otherwise, let's.
Get the record show that because we kicked the chair.
Oh, sorry, Yagara. Yes. So the ladies have a change room now in Yagara.
We're getting there, yep. So we're, any other questions or comments on the CBD? Activation? No, thank you. The activation of the Yagara Showground, which is lighting upgrades, etc. We'll take the report as read and further later.
No, through you, Mr. Chair, I didn't have anything further. It's all sort of underground at the moment, so it's not particularly interesting, but it will be good when it's done.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from councillors? Not straightforward. Thank you. The refurbishment of the old Yagara preschool site. Marlene, this is your one. So anything further, the leader?
Through you, Mr. Chair, it's still on track should be finished actually by the end of February. We've put in another variation to the funding body to complete some landscaping on the outside of the building, because whilst the interior looks really nice at the moment, the outside still it looks a bit flood affected. So hopefully if that variation's approved, we can have it finished by their first home game, which is the 25th of April.
There is that masters of the mandatory on it, end of March.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll have it.
No,
finished by
just,
then.
yeah.
The change rooms will be ready to be used for that, but
Yeah.
not the outside.
Councillor Nash.
This looks really good. I'm just really pleased to see that it's finally came to fruition. And very happy about it.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? The activation of the Oval Recreation Precinct. Take the report as read. Is there anything further to the report?
I didn't have anything further.
Any questions or comments from councillors? Yep, thank you. Construction of a cabin at the Canowindra Caravan Park. Take the report as read. Anything further?
Through you, Mr. Chair, the only thing I'll add is that this is the project that keeps on giving. As part of the DA now, we need to install fire hydrants at the caravan park. So that's stalled us again. So the cabin's actually complete, ready to go, sitting in Dubbo. So we actually do have a cabin. We can get it delivered and installed, but we can't use it until we have the fire hydrants in place, which the quote from CTW was about 30,000. So we're just working through getting that put in, and then we can install the cabin and hook it up. We will have to now, yes.
Anything further? Oh, thank you. The demolition of buyback properties. Take the report as read. Is there anything further? Any questions or comments from councillors? Oh, thank you. And then the Mullum Showground upgrade. Take the report as read. Any further?
Sorry, Mr. Chair. I just thought of someone asked me one day, what's the difference between a flood prone area and a flood zone area?
Pass to the Deputy General Manager of Infrastructure.
Through you, Mr. Chair, there's two definitions when we're talking about a flood study. You have your floodway, which is a zone of high impact flooding, both from a depth and from a velocity point of view. And then you'll have your floodplain, which is designated as the 1 in 100 year extent of flooding for the tributary that's there. So the previous definitions were floodway was a 1 in 20 year event, and the floodplain's always been on the basis of a 100-year event.
So the one that's flood prone is not up for being bought and demolished. It's only in the flood zone that happens, is it?
The floodway, yes. So
Yeah.
the one where there's high risk is typically those that would have a buyback scheme in place.
Any further questions on that one? We'll just go to the Mole Showground upgrade then. The report is as read and there's no further updates from the leader. Any questions or comments on that one? Oh, thank you. I will put that report in total then. All those in favour? Aye. Against? That's carried unanimously. Is there any other general business relating to the committee? Thank you, Councillor O'Brien.
Just to let everyone know that on Australia Day, I was present for the opening of the what do they call those units at Yagara? They were thinking of a name for them, for the aged residential units, which were opened at 9 a.m. on Australia Day morning by Andrew G. They're beautiful. They're really lovely. All the residents are really happy with them. It looks fabulous. So I just wanted to once again commend you all on the work you've been doing.
Thanks, Councillor O'Brien, and thank you for mentioning that and representing the Mayor at that event as he had prior commitments. Yeah, just to note that obviously that refurbishment or that rebuild, Nellie, was completed by council using our insurance money. And just to acknowledge Mandy and Patrick for the project management of that. And I know Stacey as well had dealings with the committee over there, but yeah, a really great project, and again shows the support of council in the rebuilding of Yagara. So thank you, and something that council should be proud of. It was well and truly a project that we identified and that we worked with the community on to achieve. So thank you for raising that. Any other general business or comments? Can I just also say how great the new, as part of the 25-26 budget, council had allocated some funding to the mile and walking path behind the swimming pool that was wrecked during, or that was damaged, I should say, during the floods of 2022, but how fantastic that is, and some great feedback from the community on that. So thank you to staff and to council for allocating the money for that. If there's nothing further, I'll close the meeting. Thank you.